it's Jacqueline here. In today's video, I'm bringing you my review, demo, swatches, and a ton of comparisons on the brand new NATASHA DENONA Mini Biba palette and her Rose Cheek Duo. But before we get started, and if you're new here, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring that post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads, and come and follow me on my Instagram. And now, if you want to know how I achieve this look using these new two products from NATASHA DENONA, then just keep on watching. And here I am to review the last launch of 2021 for NATASHA DENONA, her Mini Biba palette and her Mini Rose Cheek Duo. Honestly, this release got me by surprise because after releasing the Glam face palettes, which are more of like neutral nude palettes, these two right here at the very end of the year, oh well. But let's see how they perform and let's see if they are worth to try. So starting first with the Mini Biba palette. You know, my friends, I love the Biba palette. It's such a staple palette on my collection. So yes, definitely it seems like there was missing the Mini Biba, although to me the Mini Nude palette was kind of like an extension of the Biba palette, but oh well. So I went ahead and placed my order with Sephora because, to be honest with you, even though NATASHA DENONA has it available on her website, when you are purchasing some of her mini products, the shipping is really high, and I just said, you know what, Sephora is doing a really good job, and I bought them both from Sephora. By the way, I will be leaving all the details of the products that I will be talking about today, along with the rest of my makeup, on the description box below for your convenience, along with the links. Okay, let's go to the Mini Biba palette right here. This palette is made in Italy, and it has a shelf life of 24 months. Now, this palette right here has all new shades, which that makes me really happy. And we have right here 3 of her creamy matte formulas. Then we have a cream to powder formula right here, and then we have a metallic shade. And by the way, if you're new here, welcome to my channel. I'm filming right now in natural light, but it's raining, so there's, you know, some clouds. There's no sun at all whatsoever right now, but when it starts pouring, raining really hard, it may get a little bit darker, but hopefully this video will serve you to see how each of the products right here, they look as if you were looking at them in person. Okay, let's go ahead and start right here with swatches. Okay, they feel really nice and creamy. Bruno is a creamy matte. Easy is a creamy matte. Blaze Nude is a metallic formula. Plush, a creamy matte. Pink is a cream to powder, and all of the shades are new. These swatch a little bit patchy, but I'm not afraid of it. Let's just go ahead and jump in and start doing an eyeshadow look, and then we will go into comparisons and try on of the Rose Cheek Duo. Applied this metallic eye shade, completely dry, and it does have beautiful payoff. Eyeliner and mascara is on, and now let's go to the Rose Cheek Duo. This is a mini duo, super cute. is made in Italy and it has a shelf life of 18 months, which I think is pretty generous considering that we have here a cream formulation. And the cream blush is in the shade Warm Rose, and the highlighter is in the Super Glow formula in the light medium tone. For the blush, I'm using a synthetic brush, and this compact comes with a cute tiny mirror. The brush is picking up the product, but I will have to say that it is a very soft blush. It's there, but it's very nice and soft. I'm gonna try to use another type of brush to see if I can build up the product on my other cheek. This is by Laura Mercier. Yeah, it picks up the same amount, very little. Such a pretty shade though. Just for curiosity, let's go with this. Not that I need more blush, I think it's fine, but I just want to see how much you can build up. Okay, definitely you can apply with fingers and build it up if you want to. Sonia G Mini Cheek. A very potent highlighter, as you can tell right there. On my lips, I have applied the shade Claudia. Again, all the details of my makeup will be in the description box below. And now let's jump into comparisons. Here with Biba. Here I have Biba, the original, and this is the mini Biba. I have swatched Seed, Freckle, Monroe, Buff, and Pacha. Now this one is the Glam Face Palette in Light. Mini Biba Glam Light Face Palette. Since I have you already here, let's go for the blush and the highlighter from the lighter Glam Face Palette. I'm gonna swatch the highlighter under it and then the blush above. Right in the middle you have the mini Rose Cheek palette. Glam Face Palette, Glam Face Palette, and this one is the new one, Rose Cheek. Now let's go into comparisons with the Glam Face Palette in Dark, Mini Biba, and the Glam Face Palette in Dark. Let's compare Rose Cheek Duo with the Glam Face Palette in Dark. Let's compare Mini Biba with Mini Nude. Mini Biba on top, Mini Nude bottom. Mini Biba and Mini Nude. Definitely, I mean, Mini Nude, you have that versatility of having 3 metallic shades and then just 2 mattes. It's also a little bit more nude, a little bit more neutral, while the Mini Biba, it's leaning a little bit more corally, peachy with a little hint of pink in it. In the Super Glow formula, I have 01 Fair. And here, one of my favorite highlighters from NATASHA DENONA, I Need a Nude Glow. And this, I'm going to swatch it right in the middle, in between. So this is from that Rose Cheek Duo. Definitely, the Rose Cheek Duo leans a little bit more rosy in tone, while I Need a Nude Glow is more of like a nudie type of highlighter. And then as far as blushes go, I think I want to compare it with Nude Glow and the Glow shade right over here. So you can tell that's a glow shade. It's more of like a cream highlighter with a kind of like peachy base, so it doesn't have so much intensity. I do have here the Love Cheek Duo, which is more intense, more pink. This is more pinky tone, this has more peach in it. Now I have right here the Mini Bloom. This one is more neon-y. It's more intense for sure. It also has a certain sheen to it. Others have been wanting to see the difference between the Mini Biba with the Mini Glam palette. As you can tell, they are completely different undertones too. So really nothing to compare. I'm pretty sure you may want to see the Mini Biba palette compared with that Camel palette. Camel palette is way more neutral. Done with comparisons, and now let's go into my final thoughts about first the Mini Biba palette. I think it's a really good extension of the Big Biba palette. I think it does it justice, although I will have to say I don't know if it was truly needed. To me, if you already have the Biba palette, perhaps you don't need this one. But in the opposite side, if you have been wanting to try the Biba palette, the Big Mama, and I mean the cost is really high, you can definitely get away with it with this right here. But on the other side, I really like also the Mini Nude palette, and to me this one felt a little bit more kind of like the Biba without really the name. But there's distinctive difference right here. Mini Nude is truly a nude palette, while Mini Biba has a little bit more of warm tones with that. Mostly, I mean, this coral shade right here, and then these other shades right here, they do have a little bit of a pinkier undertone. Another thing too is that when I saw this palette right here, it immediately recalled me the new Glam Face palette in the light version. But as you can tell, again, this palette right here, the Glam palette in the light tone, it's more of like a nudie palette. The Mini Biba definitely has more warmth to it. And as far as formulation goes, I will have to say that the original Biba palette as well as both of the Glam Face palettes, they are both a little bit more creamy than the Mini Biba. These right here, I mean, talking about the mattes, they are again creamier, as well as the metallic shades, they are more creamy, not that flaky. Perhaps this new formula from NATASHA DENONA that we're finding right here, they are more potent, they are more beaming. It's another formulation, but certainly it's not the same formulation that comes on this Mini Biba palette. I mean, I'm sure these right here, these metallic formulas that we find here on the Glam Face palettes, it's more expensive to manufacture than what we receive right here, that's for sure. These right here, I find it to be a little bit not too crumbly, because as you saw, I didn't have any fallout. I actually didn't have any problems blending and applying the eyeshadow. I mean, you have seen it right here, and like I said, I'm filming in completely natural light. The only non-natural light that I have is the one that I have here for my backdrop, but other than that, all this reflection comes from my screen doors, and I didn't have any problems. If I would have done any type of modifications on this palette, is that honestly, I never have problems with the cream to powder formula. To me, it's actually one of my favorite formulas from her. It's very innovative, and honestly, I don't have any problems. By the way, I didn't use any eyeshadow base, like any eyeshadow primer. I just used my concealer and setting powder before going into the eyeshadow look. But going back to this, as far as color story, I like it, but I would have rather just remove this shade right here, keep this one, because this one gives so much intensity, and with this shade combined, like you can mix this shade with this shade or this shade with this shade and make it a little bit lighter. But this shade right here, I felt like didn't make, you know, too much, and instead have given us, you know, something different, another metallic shade that would have been amazing. And as far as the Rose Cheek Duo goes, she went very safe with this blush shade. I think this blush shade will complement a lot of light to medium skin tones, but not beyond that, because it's just very light, you know. And even, yes, with, you know, like if you pack it on with your finger, you can like dab it and, you know, like get a little bit more pigmentation. I didn't find any problems or blending, and I do have texture on these areas right here, and it was just completely fine. But it's a very light shade. Now, as far as the highlighter, it's the same formula as the Super Glow highlighters, and I will have to say that the shade is very pretty, but you know, it doesn't melt in the skin as, for example, her I Need a Nude Glow. This one right here to me is of a lot better formulation than this right here. Or perhaps it's just like, if you have been watching me for some time right now, you know that I'm right now kind of shifting a little bit my preference on highlighters. I like highlighters that they will give me a soft focus effect, such as this one right here by Chantecaille, also the one from Hermes. I just want highlighters that, you know, like give me a little bit of that subtle, like, oh, you have very healthy hydrated skin without looking like, yes, I'm having a highlighter. And I feel like this highlighter is pretty, but it gives you more the appearance of like, yes, this is a highlighter. Now, you know what? I'm going to be using this highlighter for my inner corner. Why not? I'm going with a Refer 03 brush. Okay. As you can tell, it's very beaming, which is very pretty, you know, but there's a time and a place for this type of highlighter, for sure. And I have to be honest with you, I really love the eye look. I think decoration, it looks very, very nice. Definitely there is a little bit of an upgrade that I will have done to the Mini Biba by, you know, switching this shade right here for another metallic shade. But oh well, I mean, in general, I really love the look. And I think that, I mean, the price, it's right. I mean, $25, you're trying some of NATASHA DENONA formulation. But if you already have the Glam Face palettes, or if you have already the Big Biba, I mean, there is really not much need to it, unless you want it for, you know, something on the go, something really fast. Perhaps you're traveling, commuting, you know, having long shifts. I understand, you know, like wanting to have mini palettes. Anyhow, my friends, I think this makes it for this video. I hope that you found it helpful and informative. I would love to know from you, have you gotten any of these new products from NATASHA DENONA? Let me know on the comment section down below. And while you're at it, and if you haven't done so yet, I hope that you can give me that opportunity and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring that post notification bell so you miss any of my uploads, and come and follow me on my Instagram. If you like this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Also share it with family and friends, and I hope that you have the most beautiful, wonderful holiday season. Merry Christmas to all of you. Bye!